Obviously, you come down the backstretch. Kyle comes up on the 42. The 42 is not all the way up against the wall. Kyle comes up, turns himself across 42's nose. Kevin, is it the job of the 42 to be where Kyle wants him to be? Like, does he have to be against the wall?
No, I looked at that a lot because I figured we were going to talk about it. And to me, it's like they just met in the middle. They both had their lines of where they were going to go, and they just met in the middle, and it was just one of those things.
Yeah. I think that Kyle mentioned, like, he's in his blind spot. Kyle can't see him. He's relying on Derek. Derek is telling him he's out there. But what's going on in Kyle's mind is Kyle's driving off of either the seams on the racetrack or the car in front of John Hunter because he can't see John Hunter. So if the car in front of John Hunter is on the wall and Kyle's kind of following that trace, he's thinking he's got another half a car width to go up, and John Hunter's down just that little bit. Now they're hooked in the fence, which is, I think that's just a racing deal, whatever. But the that happened in 3 and 4, I didn't understand. I
don't know if something happened to when he ran into him, the 8 car. I mean, he went right up the track. It's not like
he hit pretty hard.
Yeah.
When Kyle hit the wall, he hit pretty hard.
I don't know if a toe link bent or something, and he went. I don't know. I don't know any of it. I'm just guessing that there could have been something happen after that.
It seemed like it turned right. Okay. It turned to the right pretty well.
Well, yeah, it would. If it,
I don't know how well it was making lefts. It made a good right. But and listen, I'm sure I'm going to get for being a hypocrite on here because Bubba turned somebody at Martinsville a few weeks ago. I think if anything, if anybody's going to get a penalty, and it should not be a suspension, maybe a fine or something because it looked pretty intentional. I mean, maybe it wasn't. Maybe they can show that the car was broke at some point. But if they would have told me after Martinsville that they looked intentional and we're going to take a 25 points or 50 grand from Bubba, I would have been like, all right, he probably deserves that. You know what I mean? And maybe this is the same thing here because it just looked to me like it didn't. First of all,
and with the new regime, they're not going to do any of that.
Good, I hope not. But it just looked unnecessary to me. Like, you know what I mean? Like he could have I felt like he could have just run 3 and 4 and finished 12th.
Freddie, I don't think the higher ups are into pampering
the
world anymore.
I'm talking about Kyle at this point.
And I'm talking about what you're trying to argue. They are not going to penalize him.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about Kyle giving up his own race to do that.
Probably something bent when he ran into him.
I don't think so. I think he lifted in the 3 to run in the side of him and ran himself up the racetrack. I don't think there's anything broken in the car, but I could be wrong. There's no.
I'll let you know tomorrow.
What did it look like to you? Yeah, let me know tomorrow. I'm sure after that contact, it might be broke.
To me, like I said, I think he hit hard, right? And Kyle's, you're gonna screw me, I'm gonna screw you.
Yeah,
oh yeah.
I have no idea. Like it'd be interesting to know if something was broke, but
yeah, if not, he just cost himself 8 or 9 spots in a day where he could have run. He ran